Hey, welcome to That Food, baby. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make some amazing salsa in 5 minutes. So we're just going to start off with some cloves of garlic. I usually use between 4 and 6 cloves, depending on the size. These were on the larger size. I probably should have stayed with 4, but I put 5 in. I like a lot of garlic in there. The reason I put the garlic in first is you want to get it chopped down to a very small consistency. You can see it sticking to the sides of the food processor, and that's just about what you want to see. Now I'm going to just cut an onion into quarters, and I'm only going to use 1/4 of that onion. So remove the skin and the ends of the onion, and then you're going to cut that into fourths and throw that into the food processor as well. So you can see I just did a rough chop, and I'm going to throw it right in the top of the food processor. We want to get this minced down just like the garlic. We want to chop it right up. We want to get that really nice consistency of salsa that's going to stick to the chip but not be too chunky. I'm not a huge fan of chunky salsa, so I like it in that type of consistency. In this next step, I'm going to be adding cilantro. I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of cilantro. Feel free to leave it out if you don't like the taste. I love it, so I'm going to be adding quite a bit. Make sure if you are adding some, you're cutting off the bottom of the stems. They can get really bitter, and I'm just going to pop them in there. You can chop them up or do a rough chop if you'd like. It's not really necessary if you're throwing it into the food processor. Now I'm going to be adding this can of Rotel. It's diced tomatoes with lime juice and cilantro in there, and it pairs really well with this salsa. Also, I'm going to be adding some petite diced tomatoes from our local grocery store. It's the Mexican flavor diced tomatoes. You can use any brand, it doesn't really matter. And then just blend it together. Next, I'm just going to be adding a jalapeno. You want to chop the ends off. I slice it in half. I take the rind out of the middle and most of the seeds. If you want it a little bit spicier, leave those seeds in there, and you can add as many jalapenos as you like. We don't really like a lot of spice in our house, but we do like a little bit, just enough to sit on the tongue, not enough to burn your mouth off. So now I'm just doing a rough chop on those jalapenos, just small enough to put them down the chute in the top of the food processor. Then I'm just going to blend it together, get that nice consistency for salsa. I'm going to be adding some lime juice in here. You can cut a lime in half and squeeze the juice in, or you can just use the bottled lime juice. It's going to work just the same in this mixture. I really feel like lime is the secret weapon in this salsa. It adds citrusy, bright notes and an extra layer of flavor that just make it delicious. I'm also going to add in some sliced pickled jalapenos. I'm going to be adding in some of the juice, as well as about maybe 1/8 of the jar, just to add some spice and some flavor. Oops, had a couple runaways there. I'm just going to pop those back in, and then I'm just going to mix this up until it's the consistency I'm looking for. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to get a taste test. I'm just going to get a spoon, try a little bit on that. If you want to use a chip, that's fine too. If you feel the need to add salt or pepper or more heat to it or anything like that, this is the time to do that. This one came out perfect. Now we couldn't wait. We're just doing it traditional style and eating this with some chips right away. But you can use this for your breakfast or throw it into a taco, and it's absolutely delicious.